My drag is really inspired by Elvira, Morticia Adams, by Amanda Lepore, a sex blow-up doll. We got Trixie and Raven, you know, just all mashed up into one. It's a big old mess, but it's me.
One of my drag idols is also like my drag sister. She was like such an inspiration for me. From Canada's Drag Race Season 1, Alona Verley. We both come up in the scene in Vancouver together. She taught me a lot. She was kind of like my fairy drag mother, if you will.
Violet Chachki, I love her aesthetic, her fashion. She's also a little bit vintage, which suits old Aubrey very well. I love like Trixie, because, you know, she's killing the game and she's making shit work for her. Obviously, just all the winners, really. You know, if you want to be a winner, base yourself off one.
Anyone who has inspiration and who's willing to take a challenge, who's willing to jump boundaries.
First and foremost are my family members. You know, my mum and my sister are my biggest inspirations, and my sister will claim it, because every time I get into drag, I look like her. I think in terms of aesthetic and nature, I get that from my grandmother. My nana's name was Alofa, and Alofa is a Samoan word for love. She was that personified, like a kind love, unconditional love, but also tough love. So those three pillars are my main inspirations. I think in the drag community, I've got two drag mamas, Tess Tickle and Buckwheat, who are two big Polynesian goddesses.
My drag is inspired by Hollywood Technicolor. My mum used to love Hollywood movies. Judy Garland, Ann Miller, I just wanted to live that fantasy, and I've got to live that fantasy all my life doing drag. Even though I was in musical theatre, I always thought I was Ann Miller.
My drag inspirations are the ones that are quite similar to me. They're the ones that I can look up to and practice my craft, sort of modeling their aesthetic. So the burlesque babes like Violet Chachki, the amazing punk rock performers like Eva Destruction, or your country bumpkins like Priscilla Chambers, who's just downright dirty. That's the sort of drag that I love. It's dirty, but it's glamorous, but you can't help but love it.
My inspirations starting off in drag were always like Carmen Electra, Pamela Anderson, like supermodels of the 90s. Those total, like, if you want to say for a better word, whore girls. In drag, I'm inspired by Collagen and Amanda Lahore and like my drag family, but I'm actually really inspired by all drag queens because it doesn't matter how old you get, like you just keep learning. Do you know what I mean? You just keep learning more and more and more. And I'm just inspired by everybody.